So, ever since you have been gang stalked from the beginning, probably when it started happening and you, I guess, woke up to what was happening, you probably went on the internet, you tried to read articles on gang stalking, you tried to see videos on YouTube to try and get a sense of what is happening. Now, in this video, I want to explain something to you, which is about people who fall into the trap, and this is usually in the early phase. And of course, as time fades, they are closer to the goal of overcoming gang stalking, which, as we know, as I'm promoting in this channel, and of course, you don't have to take my word for it, you can try it yourself. The goal is to ignore gang stalking eventually. So what happens is you will read all these articles. There is an article about bio-APR, which is suggesting that it's all because of some nanotechnology that it has infested into people's nervous system, and that it is used to control people from some kind of control room and inject thoughts into them and behaviors and remotely control them and so on and so forth. And of course, there are many videos about demonic, spiritual subjects, linking gang stalking to demons and spirituality and witchcraft. There are all kinds of videos about, different explanations, neural monitoring. You might have heard of that. You might have heard of holographic reality, all kinds of things. People try to find explanation. One thing you need to realize is, of course, when you are closer to the actual goal of overcoming gang stalking, which will include you not looking into these videos and not thinking about what is gang stalking and what is happening and how it's happening, because in the end, it is none of your business. Yeah, we would all be curious to know, but unfortunately, if you're not one of those people who are involved in this gang stalking, then in most likelihood you will never find out. Your goal is to focus on your life, to get yourself better. Your goal is to solve this problem, not to worry about who's doing what and how they are doing it. Because the deeper you look into that, the more fucked up you become. It's like you're drowning in a whirlpool, and instead of swimming out of the whirlpool, you're just going down and down into the drain. And of course, you don't want to do that. So you will find many videos trying to explain to you what it is. Some people are saying that it's the government, CIA. Some people are saying that it's COINTELPRO, or that it has something to do with the military. Some people say it's criminal organizations, so on and so forth. The thing you need to bear in mind is when you have calmed down and you're closer to the goal of overcoming gang stalking, one thing you will realize is you will be calmer and you will be able to make decisions a little bit more, let's say, wisely and with cool-headedness. And you will realize one thing, and you will start to question things a little bit. And you say, hey, this person who's posting a video, who is claiming to know how gang stalking is happening and who's doing it and who's behind it, how do they know? How are they supposed to know? Where are they going to get this knowledge? If they are in the same boat that you are in, why weren't you able to get this knowledge? Why were they able to get knowledge? Usually when you have extra knowledge, either you have, acquired it through some kind of experience, or you have learned it from someone or somewhere, or some kind of tool, or that's usually where people get knowledge. It doesn't come out of nowhere. So all these people, they're going to say something about Rh negative, or, the targeted individuals are specially favored by God, or some random nonsense. You just need to realize, it's none of your business, first of all, to look into these things. What is it adding to you? What kind of value is it adding to your life to know all these things and to think about it and sit there and theorize about whether it's this or that? I sat down many times thinking about it, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on and why it's going on. I still don't know, to be honest. I mean, I know there are people working out there doing these missions, let's say, and they are, of course, communicating in somehow using technology in most likelihood. That seems to be quite reasonable, just as an inference, something that you can infer from logic. But these, like, it's satellite and this and new technology and it is this and that. You have no way of knowing, and you don't really need to know. It is pointless, so there's no need to think about it. What you can do is you can notice that people are doing certain things to you, and how can you overcome it? How can you deal with it? This is what you need to do. So, all of these videos about demonic possession, I can assure you for sure, it has nothing to do with demonic possession. It's got nothing to do with spirituality. It's got nothing to do with any demons or witchcraft. And as a matter of fact, you will notice something. Every video out there about gang stalking, which tries to link it with spirituality and Christianity and God, you will see that there's a lot of these gang stalking perps and trolls who will come on the channels and they will support the message. Now, the way that the tone of their writing suggests to me that they're being sarcastic. It's sort of like, yeah, great video, amazing, I am the son of God, or I am chosen one of God, and we will fight this to the end. It's like someone who's just giving you like a bullshit talk. All right, that's what they're doing. They're trolling. It's a form of trolling, like being sarcastic. And as a matter of fact, the funny thing is, a lot of the gang stalking that is done on me when it is a private conversation or directed conversation, when I'm out there in the supermarket or cinema or outside, out and about, a lot of it is very sarcastic. A lot of the times, my private conversations that they do on me are not direct. Like, they won't sit and say, X James has done this and this and that. Hey, 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 he was doing that and that. Oh my God, it's so funny. No. They'll say, oh, really? And I just go out there and I wear blue shirt and I do this, and of course I know they're talking about me, but in a sarcastic tone. They're flipping the script. So yeah. So you don't really need to focus on these things. Just ignore all this nonsense. I understand that you might be curious, but don't go down that route, because in the early stages you might really try to figure out what is happening and how it's happening, and it's just gonna lead you down the wrong path, and it's gonna prevent you. It's gonna divert your mental energy, and you're not gonna be able to deal with all the gang stalking happening around you, because now on top of it you're thinking about demons and reptilians and all kinds of nonsense, and it's just increasing your sense of hopelessness, your sense of powerlessness, which of course is the exact opposite of what you want to have. So please take my heed, please take my recommendation. Stop watching these videos, stop reading these articles. If an article sounds like a little bit logical and common sense, like some articles I have come across, and I do like these articles, they talk about informant grid and communications, and some people have suggested things to do with neighborhood watch and policing and all that. Fair enough. It sounds pretty common sense, and you can work on that theory. But in summary, it does not matter what it is or who is behind it. What matters is how you deal with it, because in the end, your life is at stake. Okay? It's all about you and how you deal with it, and whether you can overcome it and live a thriving life that you will enjoy, or you will keel down and take the damage without learning anything new. And we've seen that happen to people like Nappy Headroots. I like that guy, I respect that guy, because he's fighting them, he's challenging them every day, but he's been doing that for 5 years. Hasn't learned anything, he's not going anywhere. He's stuck in a loop, he's stuck in a rut. He hasn't learned the lesson. It don't matter. You will not find out anything. They will not confess. You will not prove anything to anyone. The people that know that gang stalking is happening, they know it because it's happening to them. And the people that don't know or don't want to believe or want to lie about it, they're not going to admit it. So that's it. That's the nature of the game. So you need to focus on how to get outside of that loop and become better. Just overcome, ignore gang stalking. Okay?